I'm getting the music set up here, and the game's about to start. We've got Bulls Grizzlies on tap. Sure to be a good game. I can't necessarily, you guys know, put the game feed up, but I am gonna look into potentially getting the box score up. What's up, guys? Y'all ready for some Summer League action? I got a lot of questions to get to tonight. I put out some feelers for questions on Twitter earlier today, and we're going to answer those questions here tonight. But we're also going to react live to the Bulls versus Grizzlies Summer League action. And I'm going to try to get you guys the box score from ESPN. Yeah, I know it's been a minute since we did a live stream, but I am back. I took a little break, y'all know. But feeling good tonight. Hoping for a good victory. This is not our last game. We play another game tomorrow. But hoping that this is a good one here tonight. What's up, Logan? Yeah, we could talk about... we could get into a little Justin Fields, but for now, I want to get everything set up for... Sorry, I saw Lauri Markkanen's name show up in a notification. Had to look at that. But I'm trying to get the box score set up at this moment. If I can find a website that has the box score. Yeah, so Pat's not playing tonight. We do play again tomorrow. Forgot who the game tomorrow is against, but yeah, we will be back tomorrow. And yeah, I'm gonna get to those questions from Twitter that we put out earlier today. What's up, Abby? Box score's not up yet, so we might have to wait a couple minutes for that. Yeah, ESPN 3 is not showing the game right now. It's like the waiting for Charlotte tomorrow. Thank you, Xavier. It's given me that thing that's like waiting for your event to start. So I guess the game hasn't started yet, because I can't even find the box score for it. I'm not even seeing a box score. ESPN's really slacking today. I don't think the game started quite yet. So that gives us an opportunity then to take a look at some of these questions. Let me see if I could even put the questions up on the screen. On NBA TV 2. Has it actually started? Hey, thank you for the like, Gary. Because I'm not seeing anything on my end. What's up from Hawaii? Hey, I know someone who's there right now. What is up with the Justin Fields hate? No one should be hating Justin Fields. You know, they hate you when you're great. Yeah, I'm not... According to ESPN, this game isn't happening. Hey, hello from NC. Visited Chicago last week. It was awesome. Chicago is a great place. Highly recommend. I will be there in 2 weeks. Okay, Tip is waiting. We're waiting about 5 minutes here, so that gives us an opportunity to check out some of these questions that I put out on Twitter today, which I guess I could just do the desktop cam. Yeah. If Lauri goes to another team, what happens to that $9 million hold? So yeah, it's a cap hold. If Laurie goes to another team, technically, since we're over the cap already, I don't think we're going to clear up that much money. But that money, the cap hold goes away, because the way the cap hold works is like at the beginning of free agency, all of those free agents who you retain the rights for, so a restricted free agent like Lauri Markkanen, even our unrestricted free agents, remember that we renounce the rights for. That's why you renounce their rights. So the cap hold is so that you can go out and re-sign those guys using cap space before you go out and start going over the cap. So that's the idea. And if we get rid of Lauri Markkanen's cap hold, I believe it'll clear up a little bit, but not much. And that was my thought process as to why we weren't getting any news on Paul Millsap. Paul Millsap was rumored to be tied to the Bulls, and the Bulls should be interested in him because we could absolutely use his services. So I believe that might be why we're waiting to hear something about Lauri Markkanen right now, because we need to clear, I'm Paul Millsap, because we need to clear that money. It's possible that Paul Millsap has already agreed to come to the Bulls. We just need to clear up that money before we can sign him. So that's what's going to happen. Who will lead our team in major stats? Asks Pat Wilburner. So Zach LaVine will probably still be our top scorer. That makes the most sense. 1 second. I'm going to check the stream real quick. See if but yeah, Patrick Williams I feel like will be our one of our top in steals. DeMar DeRozan probably top in assists. Or Lonzo Ball. Rebounds obviously going to be Nikola Vucevic. Blocks might be Nikola Vucevic also, might be Patrick Williams also. Yeah. As far as like three-pointers go, still be Zach LaVine. I'd really like to see Lonzo Ball take a big step in his free throw percentage. That would be really, really interesting to watch. But as far as free throw percentage for like our team leader, Kobe White led the team in free throw percentage last season. I don't see why he won't continue that. Field goal percentage probably still be Zach LaVine. His efficiency is insane. He's insane. Everything about him is insane. What else? 3-point percentage, probably Zach LaVine. I could see DeMar DeRozan having actually a high field goal percentage too, because the dude is money from the mid range. We probably won't be asking him to take very many threes, I would think. But that was a good question in all the major stats. I think I covered most of them. Do you think P-Dub will make all NBA first team defense? Probably not, if I'm being realistic. That's a tough room to break into. Oh, what's up, Daniel? My boy Daniel Greenberg, Paul Millsap, Zach LaVine, and Nikola Vucevic are all in the same agency. Interesting. That is interesting. And it's worth remembering too that AK, his first big move with the Denver Nuggets back when he was their GM was signing Paul Millsap. So all of that interest, it makes a lot of sense to me. Paul Millsap, just in terms of fit, in terms of history, and obviously now looking at the fact that he has the same agency, all of that stuff just makes sense that he would want to come to the Bulls. Just got to figure out what is going on with Lauri Markkanen in order to make that money happen. Do you think Ayo will score 10 points today? I think this is going to be the Ayo Dosunmu show, guys. If you didn't already know, Devon Dotson is out with injury. Patrick Williams has been dismissed from the team. Not for anything negative. It's just like they're good. They're like, yo, you're good, Pat. You can go do your own thing. We've seen enough. No need to risk injury or anything like that. And we do have a new coach tonight as well. So all of those things combined, I feel like this is going to be a big game for Ayo Dosunmu. And I'm going to try to pull up the box score again, because I really want to have the box score up while we watch this game. Because I'm not going to be able to show you the game, unfortunately. That's a quick way for me to get suspended from YouTube and Twitch. But I will have the box score up whenever it's available. And yeah, we'll just wait here until the game starts. But I'm going to keep answering more questions from Twitter. Do you think Donovan will likely split the starters into Vooch and DeRozan, Zach, P-Will, and Lonzo as the game goes on? A half-court offense and a fast-paced offense while maintaining scoring threats throughout the game. This was asked by @MunosRamy on Twitter. Yeah, absolutely. I think that staggering minutes is going to be great. Oh, the Bulls just tweeted, see red. So I guess the game started at 9:15, not at 9 o'clock as originally reported, but that's okay. But we were just talking about how Billy Donovan could split up the lineup during the season. And yeah, I absolutely think it would be smart to bring in Caruso early and get DeRozan. You know, I was actually watching a bunch of DeMar DeRozan games today. And he usually played like the entire first quarter for the Spurs. So it might be a different story this season with the Bulls. I'm thinking DeRozan might be one of the first guys you take off the court, so that you could bring on a guy like Caruso who can give you a little more defense. And kind of the idea there is like you want to have one of Zach or DeRozan on court at all times, is kind of how I see it. So game is about to start. Still don't have a box score. No. Whenever the box score becomes available, you know I'll hit it up. But for now, we are just waiting for tip. And we're gonna, if you guys, what I would suggest doing from your perspective, for my viewers out there, would be to pull up my stream and the game stream side by side, so we can kind of watch and react in real time. Let's see our starters. We've got our starters, guys. Ayo Dosunmu, obviously, Jalen Adams, Jerome Robinson, Tyler Bey gets the start, and then Marko Simonovic at the 5. Interesting. So Tyler Bey is getting the starting nod with Patrick Williams and Devon Dotson out tonight. So Jalen Adams is kind of going to be... Hey! Thank you, Daggers. I really appreciate that. We're going to see Ayo Dosunmu play as a true point guard tonight. And thank you, Bailey. Here for Bulls things. Logan, I will get to your question for sure, my guy. Just give me 1 second. Where did you... I didn't see your question, actually, Logan. I'm looking at my replies. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Okay. If you want one player on the Bulls, who would you want from these pictures? Let's see who we got here. Oh, hang on. The game is like starting right now. We'll how about this? We'll hop back to questions during timeouts. But what's up, Bailey? Just came in to say howdy. Oh, we got Isaiah Thomas on the call tonight. Great. Luckily, I'm not listening. I'm gonna be chatting with you guys during the game. Okay, here we go. We got a box score finally. What's cracking tonight, guys? Y'all ready for this game? All right. I think we are about to start here. Finally. And then I was looking at some of these questions from Twitter that you guys sent in. I was starting with the question from my guy Logan. He asked which of these 4 players I would want to have on our team. And I'm not going to show you that because the game's about to start. And if I show you my screen right now, I will get in big trouble. But the players he asked about were Robert Williams, Malik Beasley, Cam Reddish, and Kevin Porter Jr. I would... Ooh, maybe Cam Reddish or Malik Beasley. Yeah, in terms of need and fit. But yeah, we are starting right now, guys. The game is starting. So we will hop back into questions in a bit. But for now, let's watch this game together. And now we got the box score up. Okay. Grizzlies attack first. Marko Simonovic, man. He tries his best. I gotta fix the crop here. We're doing this on the fly tonight. So Marco's at the line. Who's at the line? Oh, Tyler Bay. Okay. It's the Io and Marco show, baby. Oh, there's Io on the fast break. No. All right, let me fix the box score here. My feed is behind. Nope, that's too much. There you go. There's a nice box score for you guys to keep up with. Except I don't get the opportunity to be on time. My stream is very behind. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this this box score is ahead of the feed that I'm watching, which is fine. I mean, there's worse things in the world. But hey, we get to watch some Bulls basketball together. How's it hanging, guys? I like watching Io Dosunmu with the ball in his hands, man. That's his game. That's what he should be doing. Breaking down the defense. We got Jerome Robinson. Gets the ball out to Marko Simonovic. Marko Simonovic for three, and he's off. Has Marko made a three-pointer in Summer League yet? I honestly don't think Marco's made a three-pointer in Summer League yet. And you gotta remember, for Marko Simonovic, he's coming from a different league. He's coming from the ABA, and in the ABA they have a longer three-point line, so got to keep that in mind, especially with him like being so new to Summer League and to the NBA. He just shot another one from the top, missed that one too. His form is good. It's not his form that's the problem. I think he's just getting used to shooting in the NBA. Well, at the NBA level. But yeah. Let's see what we run here. Oh, there's a Marco dunk. Like to see that. That's where I'm at. If you guys, I'm still at 8-5 Grizzlies. I'm behind. I think you should be taking as many shots as you can. It's Summer League, man. Get those reps, get those shots in. Io shooting from the mid-range, making it. You love to see that. All right, so if you didn't know, actually, we have a different Summer League coach tonight. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, bro. My feed's really delayed. I'm watching on ESPN, on the Watch ESPN app. There's a nice little layup from Marco. Everyone's like, you're way behind. Yeah. Well, you got to remember, my feed is behind, and then on top of that, the stream is also probably just like a few seconds behind too, coming through to your eyes. All right, but here we go to a little commercial break. Gives us an opportunity to check in on a couple more of these questions from Twitter. Actually, I mean, let's check the chat. You guys have any questions for me? Io's a good passer, man. I was a really good passer. Support the stream so I could get Comcast. You know, any amount helps. Justin Fields is an inspiration. He absolutely is. What will the Bulls do if this is a failure? Well, it all depends on what kind of failure. It's a fair question. I mean, we do have to be realistic. It might not work out the way that we want it to work out. That's the nature of sports, the NBA. Someone asked if Patrick Williams is playing. He is not. No Patrick Williams tonight. But, you know, it depends what the nature of the failure is. If the failure is the DeMar DeRozan contract, well, we have to get out of that. If the failure is Zach LaVine regressing somehow, we might have to blow it up, you know? The idea here is like the timeline is for Patrick Williams to become great. Because the contracts for DeRozan and Vucevic expire around the same time. 2023 is that's kind of when it would have to start over. If it was a failure, 2023 would be the year that we would have to really blow it up and rebuild. We'll just have to see. It depends what is failing is my thought process on that. You know, if Patrick Williams isn't developing, well, maybe we need to trade up in the draft, or maybe we need to trade him. But we're back. Io's playing great defense, switching really well. I like seeing, well, Jerome Robinson, not so much. I really like seeing when these guys play some defense. Amari Spellman's in the game. Io must have done something really good because I'm seeing Io chants in the chat. Give me a second to catch up. We got Simi Shitu in the game. Who's another guy that I like. I like Shitu. Yeah, Io's great on defense. This game could be really... Actually, these next two games... Yeah, there he is with a nice little lay-in. These next two games will be really big for Io in his development. Because he's going to be leading the lead point guard, most likely, for tonight and tomorrow. Which is the role that I feel like he plays best in. And I want to see him play that role during the preseason. When the Bulls have the veterans, and, you know, preseason will be interesting. I feel like we got really hyped for Summer League, and for good reason. It's exciting to see these young guys play, but preseason is going to be when we see like Marko Simonovic play alongside maybe Tony Bradley, or Ayo Dosunmu play alongside maybe Alex Caruso. I really want to see Troy Baxter Jr. get some playing time tonight. I'm a big Troy Baxter Jr. believer. Dude hops out the gym. It's bunnies, bro. It's got bunnies. Assuming Pat Williams' minutes go up to like 35-ish, do his stats go up across the board, or does he take a backseat and let the other guys get theirs first? You know, I think Pat, we're going to rely on defense a lot for, but he's also going to have some duties, maybe with the second unit as more of a facilitator. I could totally see that. But, you know, when he's running with the starters, we're not going to ask much of him other than to like hit wide open jump shots or hit wide open threes. More importantly, because we're going to have a ton of open looks created by DeRozan, LaVine, obviously, and Lonzo. Tyler Bay started tonight. See, Jalen Adams is out there still. Tyler is my pick. That's funny. I want to see Ayo Dosunmu. I want to see him get into the lane. Trey Baxter, he better get some minutes tonight. There's not a lot of other players. We're missing probably our two best players tonight, so Trey Baxter Jr. better get some minutes. Someone asked about Salt Bay. There's Dosunmu getting some shots up. I want some Omari Spellman minutes. He was already out there. He was out there for like a play, I feel like, and then they took him out. There's good defense again. Yeah, defense is all right. Like, if you remember, you know, we've had a couple bad summer league games, but it wasn't the defense necessarily. It was just turnovers and not being able to hit shots. But I feel like these guys have been playing some okay defense. They're not getting loose balls, though. There you go. Good play by Ayo on the defensive end. And it turns into a nice layup in transition. I'm telling you guys, Ayo Dosunmu, monster in transition. And yeah, Baxter Jr. is in the game right now. I want to see him get a dunk. They're really giving Ayo a lot of run. There's Jalen Adams in the lane. A nice little layup. I already playing better than Kobe. That's mean. Oh, damn. Okay. Cameron Thomas is goated. That's an and one right there. Yeah, that was quite a dunk. Pons. Bear down, baby. All right, let's grab another question from Twitter real quick. Logan's gonna send me a trade offer. Let's see it. Okay, my guy Mark Eversley fan club on Twitter, he asked, who is this team's engine? It's a great question, and I feel like it's gonna end up being Zach, because he's just the guy. Like, Zach is the guy that we've been building around, like all of these moves that we're making. You know, you're bringing in Lonzo. Excuse me. You're bringing in Lonzo. You're bringing in DeMar DeRozan because they can help Zach play off ball more. You know, their ability to facilitate, their ability to handle the ball in the half court is going to give Zach the ability to get open looks, to move off the ball. And we're talking about a 40% 3-point shooter, getting off ball looks, you know, being able to hit catch and shoot threes, cutting to the basket. Like, Zach is going to benefit so much. And I honestly, I keep saying this, but I think Zach LaVine's defense is going to be a lot better this season too, because he's going to have more energy. He asks, does adding star players like Lonzo and DeRozan, who will surely be focal points of the offense, help or hurt a player like Pat Williams' development? So I think it helps. I think it helps Patrick Williams because it's less pressure on him this season to become the player that we eventually expect him to become. right? Imagine if we hadn't signed DeRozan this offseason, the pressure would be on Patrick Williams to be more of a facilitator and more of a scorer, because Lonzo's a great addition, of course. But, at that point, I don't know who we would even be starting at the 4. It might have still been Thad Young, and Thad Young is not much of a scorer. So the idea there would be Patrick Williams, we expect you to be more of a scorer now, and he probably just wasn't ready for that. So I think DeRozan will help Zach learn, or help Pat learn more tricks on the offensive end, learn how to get his shot from the mid-range, which is something that we've seen a little bit from him. And especially, just taking the burden away of expecting him to become that player immediately, I think is good for his ability to just be comfortable and do what he's already good at. I'm loving the defense tonight, man. The rebounding needs some work. The defense is there, though. The ball isn't sticking. They're moving the ball around. By the way, I saw someone ask her... Oh, Simi Shitu, what are you doing, bro? I saw someone ask earlier about who 15 is. 15 is Ethan Thompson, who I'm a big fan of. Yeah, Huhi. Zach looked good on D on the Olympic squad. Having the energy, having the help with the scoring load is going to be huge for him. Patrick Williams is not playing tonight, my friends. Someone said, I don't want to gaslight here, but if you look at Portland and what they do and consider this Bulls roster the same way, what do you think the higher ceiling can be for us versus them and what they've been able to do? Well, I think obviously the Trailblazers have the better star. They have the superstar and Damian Lillard, but Damian Lillard has never played with a guy as talented as Nikola Vucevic. Damian Lillard has played with a big as talented as Nikola Vucevic. He's played with CJ McCollum, who's more comparable to a guy like Zach LaVine. But I just think that the Bulls overall have more firepower. No, Pat's not hurt. Pat is just, he's done with Summer League. He's good to go. They're letting him rest and get on with his off season. But yeah, so I think the Bulls have an issue right now where their ceiling, unless Zach and Pat overperform, their ceiling kind of is the second round. What you're banking on is that Patrick Williams takes a leap, takes a big step in his development, and that Zach LaVine continues to become that MVP caliber player that we really need him to become. So that's kind of where I think the Bulls' potential is higher than the Trailblazers. But yeah, right now, overall, talent-wise, probably on par. I think CJ has definitely lost some of the things that made him so great earlier in his career. And I would say that DeRozan, because like if you look at it that way, LaVine is our Lillard and DeRozan is our McCollum. I would take DeRozan over McCollum personally because of all the great things that DeMar DeRozan does as a facilitator and as a playmaker. And yeah, defense gets brought up a lot. I was watching some DeRozan tape today, and no, dude's not a good defender. I understand that, but the thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna rotate guys like Troy Brown Jr., maybe even Ayo Dosunmu. You never know. Alex Caruso, a great point of attack, maybe the best point of attack defender in the NBA, which was an issue for us last season. We're going to make sure that those guys are out there balancing some of the defensive deficiencies that we have. Same thing with like a guy like Tony Bradley, who's a really good defender in the front court. What's a realistic ceiling for Patrick Williams? It's a good question. For Patrick Williams, I mean, it's so, he's 19 years old. It's so early to tell, but you'd hope that his ceiling is like star level. I would love for Patrick Williams to develop into Like, I hate doing this. You know what? Let me be more realistic. I would say a guy like Thad Young is a nice career goal for Patrick Williams. A guy like Thad Young who does all the right things defensively, is able to play multiple positions, is a good passer, and you know, I think Patrick Williams could be Thad Young with a three-pointer. So I feel like that's Kawhi gets brought up all the time with Patrick Williams. That's so much pressure to put on a young guy. I don't want to do that to him. So I'm gonna say a guy like Thad Young might be a better career projection for Patrick Williams. Someone said Levine will still be number one option, but I think his scoring average will go down to 24, 25 points per game, which isn't a bad thing. Like Zach is going to be still our primary scorer, but if he has other guys to take that load off, that's great. That's great for his season-long stamina. You know, we can't have Zach doing everything every game. Like, that's not sustainable. No updates on Lauri Markkanen yet, unfortunately. Someone said you want to say LeBron. I mean, hey, man, Patrick Williams is 19 years old, and he's got the actual body of an NBA veteran. Like, that's pretty crazy. You know, like, you go for the physicals on a guy like Patrick Williams and hope that you can develop the intangibles. Watching Patrick Williams in Summer League where he's the guy, it feels so forced. And that was kind of the point of Summer League. You know, it's Summer League, man. Like, you're giving Patrick Williams the opportunity to show if he can do it or not. And you're testing him. That's what Summer League is for, you know, testing guys, experimenting, seeing what they got. And that's why I think it was key for Patrick Williams to be given that role in Summer League. And I think he did okay with it. I think Patrick Williams did okay with the opportunity to be the guy. Obviously, it's not his game quite yet, but it doesn't need to be. Oh, are we getting some Spellman chunks? Oh, man. That's the thing about Amari Spellman, bro. He does some good things, but he also makes some very poor decisions with the basketball. Logan, I'll check that out in a minute, man. Once we hit a commercial break here. I'll check it out right now. Let's see. Okay, Logan sent me a trade proposal. No. What do you... No. It's Wes Matthews and Jared Dudley and a second rounder for Alex Caruso. Nah, we keeping Caruso, baby. Caruso's going to be great for our defense. Spellman plays like Felicio. Honestly, Felicio, at least he didn't chuck threes, bro. Like, to his credit, he didn't think he was a three-point shooter. Dudley's the GOAT. We need that veteran championship experience from Jared Dudley. This Ryan Daly guy's interesting. Oh. Not making these shots, but it's interesting seeing how crafty he is with the ball. Who else do you think the Bulls should add this offseason? If they add Paul Millsap, I'm calling it a wrap. It's a perfect offseason. Add Paul Millsap, and I will be very, very happy. No Pat tonight. Outside of the clear differentials, what's totally different about Pat and Kawhi's game? I would say that Pat is not the kind of scorer that Kawhi is. Pat doesn't have the aggressiveness on offense, at least last season. Summer League, I was impressed with some of his aggressiveness. But you know how Kawhi is. Like, Kawhi is very methodical about getting his shots. He knows where on the court he wants to get his shots up, and he's able to power his way. And he has a bag of tricks as well, but he's able to power his way and use some of those dribble moves to get the shots he wants. Pat doesn't have that game quite yet. Kawhi has a better handle, but you know, in terms of facilitation, I think Patrick Williams has the ability to become a facilitator. Obviously, defense, we know what kind of defender Patrick Williams is. So I think long term, that's a fine goal for him. Like, he models his game after Kawhi. We've already heard him say that. But we just need to see offensively him start to take those steps to getting his own shot. Io isn't a three-point shooter. No. He can hit it, but not consistently. That's not really his shot. LaMarcus Aldridge would be interesting, but doesn't really fix the need that we have on defense that Paul Millsap would be able to help with. Yeah, it's obvious that Pat's modeling his game after Kawhi. I think he's literally said that before. I think he's been open about it. But like I said earlier, I think that it'd be more reasonable of an expectation for us to say, oh, Marko Simonovic finally caught a body. Okay, I'm delayed. I'm delayed. I can't wait to see it. Aldridge, like I was saying, defensively is not quite what we are looking for. But I mean, if you wanted to bring in Aldridge and Millsap, yeah, I mean, I'd take it. But Millsap for sure. I still haven't seen the Marco dunk. I think it's about to happen. Man, this ESPN stream is bad. Oh yeah, there you go, Marco. This ESPN stream is really bad. But yeah, Marko Simonovic is an interesting guy for me because I was really hoping that he would be able to give us some minutes his rookie season. I'm not so sure. I'm just not sure if Marco can handle the physicality of the NBA quite yet. You know, like, he's getting bodied up by dudes in Summer League. Yeah, Huhi, great point. He's trying to operate in traffic. He did turn it over a lot. His handle isn't tight. I mean, his hands are ginormous. Like, he makes the basketball look like a tennis ball or a softball. So I feel like that's something that he can develop. Does anyone know if there's an NBA League Pass for one team? Sorry, I'm tired tonight. I'm pretty sure there is. Yo, the Bulls just tweeted Marco hours. That's my thing. The Bulls just tweeted my thing. The Bulls just tweeted the thing that I've been saying for a long time. That's pretty cool. It's real Marko Simonovic hours right now, boys. But yeah, you can get the one team pass on. There you go, Marco. That's what I like to see, man. Now, the defense has been a little shaky here in the second quarter, but you know, it's whatever. We're looking for little things here. And for Marco, I like to see him playing aggressively and getting finally to the rim where he's been trying to get to. What's up? Thank you for the follow. How many times have we seen Marco trying to get that shot or trying to get that dunk? Finally got his dunk. You love to see it. Yeah, Marco has a good mindset on offense. There's Io shooting a three, not hitting, but active on the boards. We get the ball back. Who are the Bulls' best shooters? Do we have any 3-and-Ds on the bench? Obviously, you know the shooters in our starting lineup. Caruso could be kind of a 3-and-D guy. It's interesting to see what kind of offensive role we're going to give to him. He can hit it. Isaiah Thomas said DeRozan will be the Bulls' best scorer. It's still going to be Zach, I think. Zach is just such a good scorer from every level. Like Zach can do everything on offense. You know what I mean? Like he's got every single ability. So we'll see. But I'm pretty confident that Zach will be our best scorer. We were talking about 3-and-D guys on defense. Yeah, not really. Troy Brown Jr. is great on defense, not a 3 guy. Yeah, see, defense is going to be tough, man. That we still need to look at another couple free agents, I think, because Danny Green would have been great, but Danny Green is all locked up. So Danny Green is not a possibility for us this offseason. What's up, Windy City 14? Thank you for being here tonight, man. I appreciate the love. It's time to go on a run and get back in this game. Zach LaVine or Jimmy Buckets? Who's better? You know, it's not fair to do that. They play different styles. I mean, Jimmy Butler has proven more, so it's easier to say him. But, you know, I love Zach LaVine. I'm just trying to think about the second unit. Who is Caruso Io dishing it to be a 3-point bucket? Even if they have DeRozan playing with the second lineup, no 3-point shooters. Yeah, that's going to be an issue for them. They're going to need to figure out some more scoring from the defensive lineups. Ooh, Marco on the offensive boards and a no-look dime? Oh, yeah. Bro, it is Marco Simonovic hours right now. Oh, man, I love to see that. Active on the boards and then with the nice nifty little pass. That was cool. Great awareness. Not going to show us a replay of that. That was great. Transition. Oh man, get the ball to Io. In transition, let Io take it up. Marco, pick and pop. Can't hit the mid-range J. That's the kind of jumper I want him to be able to make consistently. Marco making more passes. Who would be another player to go after Millsap? Noah Vonleh is a name that the Bulls have been tied to now and in the past. You guys know that Noah Vonleh played for the team before. Shut up, Logan. Lauri Markkanen's not re-signing with the Bulls. But yeah, Noah Vonleh is another name. Oh, another nice pass by Marco. You know, it's interesting because the Lauri Markkanen sign-in trade, like there are still guys that you could get in a return for Lauri Markkanen. And Jared Vanderbilt is a guy that I would really like to see if the Bulls could try to get from the Timberwolves if they were to make a trade for Lauri Markkanen. Defense swarming to the ball right now. Can't get the board. Appreciate your Drainer 7. It's very nice of you. Are we going to get railed with the tampering invest? You know, railed is a funny word. We might. Yeah, we might get some picks taken away. It might sting. But it also might be like 2 future second rounders, which is like, okay, whatever. You know, if it's a first, that would fucking suck. Naz Reid would be another great name too. Yeah. Yeah, Jaden McDaniels, I don't think they're going to trade him. I feel like they feel really good about Jaden McDaniels. But I would be happy with any of those 3 guys we just talked about. I'd be happy if it was just a fine. Shitu is not an offensive player. Shitu is very much a rebounder and sometimes a post defender, but Simi Shitu does not have much of an offensive game, unfortunately. All right, let's see what we got going on here. We gotta get back in this game, man. I've seen some good things in this game so far, but not a whole lot of competition. Yeah, Marco on defense, it's just gonna be a thing he's gonna have to get better at. You know. You trade Lauri Markkanen for Naz Reid? I think a lot of people would. Yeah, but Marco, he needs to work on getting stronger, and that'll come with time. You know, getting an NBA diet, training with NBA trainers. You know, that's not something we can really ask of him his rookie season. With Marco, I would just caution people to not expect too much from his rookie year. You know, he's got a long way to go. He's still a second round pick. You got to remember that. We're not talking about a lottery pick. We're not talking about a guy who went to college in the States. We're talking about a guy coming straight over from Europe, who's got plenty of potential, but still a long way to go. So I just don't read into it too much. All right, time to finish this half strong. Nice defense from Ayo Dosunmu. Isaiah Thomas is talking nonsense on the broadcast, talking about Billy Donovan coaching in Sacramento, which isn't true. I'm not an Isaiah Thomas fan, as I'm sure you guys know. Oh. Giving up free buckets here. We just saw an air ball. Who is number 2? Why am I not remembering who number 2 is? Thank you for the follow. All right, you guys are seeing some cool stuff. I'm ready to see it. Let's speed this up a little bit. Need my stream to speed up. Yeah, Ayo and Marco, they're playing a nice 2-man game. Ayo with the 3. Let's go, baby. Love to see that. Love to see the confidence to pop that too. Transition. Ball in Ayo's hands. Oh, and he got blocked. You could have called a foul there. Air ball from the Grizzlies. Getting it down court quickly. Nice pass. Io to Marco to the rim. Love to see it, bro. That's what we came to see tonight. We came to see Io DeSumo and Marco Simonovic. They're the two best players on the roster right now, with Pat gone and Devon Dotson hurt. They should be playing like that. Now, you'd hope for a better score going into halftime, but it's still, you love to see it. You love to see the mindset. You love to see the chemistry, the aggressiveness. Marco with a great cut to the basket too. Great awareness, knowing where the basketball is on the court. Io DeSumo is definitely making the Summer League All-Star team after this game. Just kidding. Do you think Jalen Adams can make the team? Most likely not. If there were anyone to make the team, you know, I really wish we'd give Troy Baxter Jr. more opportunities because I really like the guy. Yeah, Blake brings up a great point. I'm surprised they're scoring as much as they are without Dotson and Patrick Williams, because when Dotson and Patrick Williams weren't on the court, this team was absolute garbage offensively. So it is nice to see some offense coming tonight. What happened to Patrick Williams? No live available in our country. They just let him rest. They're not throwing him out there for this game. Don't want to risk anything. No need to keep him out there when he's already shown us some of the things we wanted to see from him. That was kind of the idea for Patrick Williams in Summer League, was like, let's see what he can do in a few games as the primary initiator and scorer on offense. And he played pretty well, so they saw what they needed to see. She 2 for 3? No, you can't make that, buddy. Have you ever seen a year where young players like Kendrick Nunn and Malik Monk go to contenders for minimum level cash, probably turning down better deals? Minimum, no. Like, you see sometimes young guys go for cheaper contracts to play on contenders, but oh, that was great defense by Io DeSumo. And then they get the open look. He hits the layup. That was great defense into offense. Io DeSumo. Yeah, no, I mean, just want to say it's halftime. Love the way that we finish half right there with the great defensive play by Io DeSumo, and then turning that into a score on the other end. But back to the question about Malik Monk and Kendrick Nunn. No, and I think that's the LeBron effect. Minimum contracts, no. You know, it's like, that's pretty crazy. All right, let's see. Where do you think Laurie will end up? Probably either Dallas or Minnesota. I'm liking Marco in the pick and roll. Imagine that was Zach as the ball handler. Absolutely. I mean, imagine that with Lonzo as the ball handler. You know, you have to respect his three-point ability. Like, that's what we're going to see. And maybe even DeMar DeRozan, who's a lethal shooter in the mid-range. You're going to see that kind of potential start to develop with all of these young guys mixing with the veterans, which is why in preseason, I really want to see Io DeSumo and Marco Simonovic get opportunities playing with some of our stars. Yeah, man, Io fell to the second round, bro. We got a good one there. I don't think many people saw that coming either. A lot of people had him going late first and at least early second before our pick came up. All right, we were answering questions on the Twitter. So, a couple more questions from people on the Twitter sphere. Let's see here. Who do you think are realistic options for us to acquire? Actually, we already talked about this, the Laurie sign and trade. How many games do you see the Bulls winning, and what seed will they be? How many games are we even playing this season? Do we know yet? Is it back to 82, or are we still doing 72? I think the Bulls will be 5-6 seed. Anything, if they're in the play-in tournament, that's a disappointment. The Bulls should be firmly a playoff team. Being in the play-in tournament would be a disappointment for me. So I'm keeping the Bulls 5-6 seed. Do you think Marco or Io will have a better year? Yeah, that's a good question, because it remains to be seen what the plan is for their minutes, and that's something we're gonna have to watch in preseason. But I could see Marko Simonovic being able to make a name for himself because of the lack of depth we have in the front court. So Io Dosunmu, you know, he's kind of at a disadvantage because we have so many guards. You know, the depth at guard on this team is Caruso, Kobe White, obviously Lonzo Ball, but like from the backup standpoint, you know, there's just so many players that are going to need minutes. Devon Dotson would be ahead of him most likely. Dotson with a year under his belt, so it's hard to say with Dosunmu how many minutes he might get. You know, his defense is so good that situationally you might try to make opportunities for him to come in. But I would say Marco has a better chance. Yeah, exactly. Marco has a better chance of getting playing time. But, you know, something that I've talked about before with the Bulls in terms of like making the playoffs, I'm really not that worried about the regular season as long as they're not in the play-in tournament, as long as they do get a top 6 seed. Getting to the playoffs is the biggest part of it, because once you're there, that's when the rotation shortens up. That's when Zach LaVine can do his thing. You know, you guys saw it with Devin Booker. You know, once the Suns got to the playoffs, Chris Paul wasn't even there for a lot of it, and Devin Booker was able to take control. And I think you'll see that with Zach LaVine. Once Zach LaVine gets to the playoffs, man, he'll turn that thing on. Oh yeah, Javonte Green. Can't forget about Javonte Green. Let's see. Should the Bulls sign DeMarcus Cousins? It's not fixing anything that we are lacking. We still need defense. So if that's my caveat. If you want to sign LaMarcus Aldridge, if you want to sign DeMarcus Cousins, you need to go out and sign a guy like Paul Millsap too. You need to go out and get some defense alongside with that offense. But, you know, I'm not opposed to it as long as you make other moves around it. If that's the only move, that's kind of a problem. Is Troy back? Oh, okay. Here's someone asking, is Troy Baxter Jr. going to play in Summer League, or was he waiting for Patrick Williams to get some work in and then take over his primary scoring role? I don't know what the deal is with Troy Baxter Jr. You know, I don't know why he's not getting more time. But we will see. They have another game tomorrow. More opportunities. Yeah, Marco's very raw. It's a great way to put it. You guys are completely accurate. Marco needs to work on his strength. We talked about that already, but you know, rookie season, second round pick. Yeah. I'm looking at the box score right now. Man, it's tough all around. Troy Baxter Jr. is the only guy with a positive plus minus right now. Io and Marco were kind of getting scored on. Has any team signed Denzel Valentine? Nope, no news on Denzel Valentine. Nothing coming down the pipeline quite yet. He's on Instagram posting stories of his summer league highlights from years past, trying to garner some attention. Kind of a sad scene, unfortunately. It is what it is, man. Sometimes guys just kind of flame out a little bit. Yeah, D-Book had some of the same criticisms about Devin Booker, you know, get laid onto Zach LaVine. And once you get to the playoffs, man, that's when the stars shine brightest, because one, you know, you're playing a 7-game series against another team. You're learning all about that team. You're in each other's faces on a nightly basis. But also just you're not gonna give your bench guys heavy minutes. You know, you're gonna shorten that rotation up, and you're gonna give heavy minutes to your best players. And that's what Zach LaVine will excel at, in my opinion. If Millsap isn't waiting for Laurie to move on, then what is he? Yeah, that's a great question, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. I feel like Paul Millsap is waiting to see a resolution with the Bulls situation with Lauri Markkanen. Because I'm sure, from what I've heard, you know, there are other teams that want him. I think the Heat want him. I'm sure the Clippers or the Lakers have reached out to him. Like, there are so many teams that could use a guy with his skill set. So I feel like, personally, he's waiting to see what happens. Only thing I'm worried about is the team gelling with one another. It took time for Vooch to get settled in with us. Yeah, that's a fair thing to be worried about. But, you know, at the same time, we're really not. We're in the position now that we don't have to worry too much about the regular season. Now, obviously, you got to win your games. You know, you got to win the games that are winnable. You got to get yourself to the playoffs. But now we have the kind of star power and the kind of talent, you know, that we should make the playoffs, even if we're not playing our best ball necessarily. And that's, you know, the chemistry that you develop all season long, so that by the time you make it to the playoffs, you do have that chemistry. And that is developed. You know, that was a problem that the Nets had. They were injured. They weren't able to play with each other during the regular season. And obviously they were hurt in the playoffs too. But once they got to the playoffs, there just wasn't that chemistry. And then, you know, the injuries continued. There's a nice shot. Now the Bulls want some sort of draft capital back for Lauri Markkanen. We'll see. Marco showing us some more. Definitely like what I've seen from Marco. You know, we can talk about the physical stuff. That stuff will come in time, but the attitude, the IQ, the aggressiveness, it's all there for Marco, and you definitely are encouraged by that. Just knowing how to time his jumps, being active on the boards, playing with aggressiveness to get to the rack. Those are all great things. You know, he tries to box out. Guy's not the strongest, but he does put in the effort. Tries to set screens. Once again, not the strongest, but there's the effort. Nice save by Bay to an open Jerome Thompson. Can't hit it. Jerome Robinson, sorry. Yeah, I mean, keep attacking the basket, you know, like putting pressure on the defense. There's Ayo Dosunmu in transition. Finds a trailer. No, they don't get the shot. What was that? Also, if the Bulls didn't have Millsap locked up, why would they refuse to take back salary? Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. They only want to take picks back. They don't want to add anything else to their salary cap situation. They want to get Laurie off the books. That tells me that they have a free agent or two that they have in mind. What would you say about a potential swap with the Pelicans for Josh Hart? Laurie for Josh Hart? Yeah, I would do a Laurie for Josh Hart in an instant. I doubt the Pelicans would. It also depends what kind of money Josh Hart's looking for, but I would do that deal for sure. Yeah, you know, I don't know if there's any teams that really can just send draft capital, though. That's the issue. There was a report that the other teams that the Bulls were, or the teams that the Bulls were discussing sign-in trades with Lauri Markkanen for, those teams would have to trade with a third team in order to clear salary. Oh my, I'm missing something good. Hang on, guys. I'm getting there. We're about to see something good from Io, from what I understand. Io DeSumo has 2 steals. Here's Io DeSumo in transition. And he got blocked. Let's see. They're in transition. Good pass from Marco. Io right up to the rack. Oh, shit. There it is. There's defense turning into offense for the and one. You love to see it. Love to see the defense turning into offense. That's what I always say, man. That's what we're talking about. That was a great little sequence there. So the Bulls getting back in this one, man. It's a 1-point game now. All right, so Bulls are making it a game. You know, at this point, you got to start looking to get Io and Marco in the pick and roll. Yeah, this game, they turned it around real fast. That's what it is, man. Turning defense into offense. Play good defense, create opportunities for yourself on offense, get some stops. I was having a big game, man. Laurie for TJ Hawkins. Io and Marco are showing out. Remember saying NBD, if we lose second rounders in the tampering scandal, these were second round picks. Yeah, no. You're right. AK is a god with the second round picks, but I'm willing to trade a couple second rounders for Lonzo Ball. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't hurt me in the long run. But yeah, you are right. Second rounders are not nothing. Don't want to make it sound like I'm discrediting the importance of second rounders. I got you for sure. And the Bulls take the lead. It's interesting, man. The Grizzlies have gone cold. Yeah, dude, Io's got clamps, bro. When you're playing full court press like that, bro, having that energy and that stamina to stick with your man for the, you know, going all the way down to the bucket, it's impressive. Which, yeah, if we get 2 seconds back for Laurie, it all kind of evens itself out. The investigation is not over quite yet. Marco using... Oh, never mind. I thought he was using his length to get into the paint. Oh, nice play by Jerome Robinson. Yeah, I just saw that one. What's up, Alba? Nice pass. Marco Simonovic. Marco's been tossing dimes, bro. Oh, there's a badly injured player on the Grizzlies. Ah, shit. Yeah. Let's see. Does he come down awkwardly? Ooh. Yeah, no, that didn't look good. That looks like a knee injury. That didn't look good. We have a Knicks fan in the chat. Where's the Knicks fan? Yeah, that's a knee injury right there. Oof, that's tough. Hope that guy's okay. Yeah, hyperextension maybe. Could be a bone bruise. I mean, just don't like to see it in Summer League. Don't like to see it at any time, but you know, in these exhibition games that don't mean anything for these guys that are trying to prove themselves and make a roster, just really hate to see that. Oh, some Knicks fan got mad and left. That's cool, bro. We got mods in chat. Io could get some minutes while Kobe White is still recovering from his injury. Hey, thank you for the sub. Oogie, I had an argument with another fan. He said in hindsight the Bulls got screwed in the Jimmy Butler trade. I think he's crazy. What's your take? No, the Bulls didn't get screwed. They got Zach LaVine out of it. You know, honestly, I feel like that trade ended up being, at the time, kind of a win-win. But then what happened with Jimmy Butler in Minnesota kind of made it a win for us, you know? Like, it's not like Jimmy Butler did much for the Timberwolves, you know? He ended up getting traded and they got a bad trade return for him. So like, I think in the end the Bulls won the trade, but at the time it was a win-win move. Which, you know, there's an argument to be made that we moved on from Jimmy Butler too soon. This is a whole thing that, like, we could do the whole history lesson of, like, Garpax didn't have the capabilities of building around Jimmy Butler, which is why they had to trade him, and they got a decent return for him. But, you know, at the same time, like, a better front office, you know, what they have going on in Miami, a better front office would have been able to make that work. So my official stance on it is that the Bulls won the trade, but at the time, it was a win-win move. Gotta get that board. Gotta get that board, man. My God, someone grab the ball. All right. Imagine if AK had Jimmy and build a roster. Yeah, like AK would be able to build a great roster around Jimmy Butler. You know? It's finally coming back around for us on that trade, you know? Being able to build around Zach LaVine is going to turn us into is obviously turning us into playoff contenders again. So I firmly believe the Bulls won that trade. But once again, at the time, for the Timberwolves, it was a good move. They just couldn't make it work. And Jimmy Butler is part of that, you know? Like, Jimmy Butler didn't want to be there anymore. Yeah, Alba, we were talking about that before you hopped in, about the Devin Booker effect, or comparison, maybe. Yeah, Logan, Bulls are up. And Io Dosunmu doing his thing, man. Let's go. I love to see that. Yeah, bro, Io's balling tonight. He's having his best game of Summer League for sure, Alba. I mean, I could see Io going for a nice 30 piece here. Oh, someone said that. This dude is balling right now. And a lot of it has to do with defense. Yeah, Billy Donovan's there watching him right now. I bet Billy's getting excited about all the ways that he could use Io Dosunmu. We have so many good transition playmakers now. I like this new Summer League coach. Yeah, I like what our new Summer League coach is doing. So with Io Dosunmu going off like this, it only makes me more excited for preseason. Tough break there in the block attempt for Io, but I like the fact that he's taking shots right now. Io is the next Tony Snell. That's not a good comparison for him. Totally different games. Tony Snell was like a 3-and-D kind of guy. Io's... It's a joke. Okay, I got you. Pick up the bar and move it up, up, up. What's up? Ban the guy who said what? He's the next LeBron. Pat is the next. Pat is already LeBron. Pat's the first Patrick Williams. I'd rather have the first Patrick Williams than the next LeBron. Someone said that Io's a better defender than Caruso. Not yet. But definitely has the potential. Caruso is legitimately one of the best point of attack on-ball defenders in the NBA. I would love to see Io develop into that kind of player, but you know, he hasn't played a minute of NBA basketball. Io the next Gary Payton. Now, there's a better comparison. Someone taking my LeBron comments a little too seriously. Yeah, Caruso's in the 99th percentile on dude, Caruso is going to make our defense so much better. Just please, like, keep that in mind. And he's not a bad shooter either. His stats are not flashy on offense. I understand that. He was not asked to be a scorer with the Lakers. I saw Kirk Heinrich's name come up in chat. I think you're going to see Caruso play kind of that Kirk Heinrich role. Marco is the next DeAndre Ayton. Would love to see it. Can't say I'm too certain about that. The pace at which Io plays is incredible. He has the ability to switch speeds so well. It's a great point. That's why he's such a monster in transition. The speed in which he gets up court is lethal. And then he has great vision and great touch with the ball to put it in the right place for a pass or a lob attempt. Patrick Beverly and Io grew up playing on the same courts I did. Watch for that dog type defense. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I have some hate in my heart for after he made that TikTok. Dude thought he did something. Yeah, bro, that shit was stupid. He ended up deleting his TikTok account. That was so stupid. Petty. Is Isaiah whining right now? I have that stuff muted, bro. I don't want to hear him. Marco's the next Dirk. We're not doing that again. I don't want to. We did the whole Dirk thing with Lowry. Someone got mad at me for the way I'm pronouncing his name. Lowry. Marco's the next Shaq. Yeah, like Io's not a great shooter. I understand that. And that's not really what we expect him to be. You know, like I could see him. He should start his career like a guy like Chris Dunn did. You know, except Io's coming into the league way younger than Chris Dunn was. And I would already put him pretty close to that level. Yeah, Jaws in the building watching the game. Marco's the next Christian Wood. C. Hutch would have been really solid for this rotation's depth. I guess he couldn't stay healthy. He couldn't get on the court, man. What do you think the likeliness of the Bulls winning the championship this year? 1,000,000%. No, so in all seriousness, I feel like they're still a piece away from being true finals contenders. But oh yeah, Semi Shitu is working. But Patrick Williams could be that piece. You know, we have Patrick Williams on the team. The idea there is like you bring in DeRozan to help his development, to take some of that pressure off. But if Patrick Williams can take that next step, yeah, I don't see any reason why we wouldn't be finals contenders. That's what you're banking on. I talked about this a little bit earlier. You're banking on Zach LaVine turning himself into an MVP caliber player, which I think he's very close to being. And then you're banking on Patrick Williams developing into a star. Marco, the next Bill Wennington. So the pieces are there. The pieces are all in place. You just, yeah, you got to keep developing those guys. Can we think of some new Stacey King nicknames for these new dudes? Yeah, you know, that's a great point. I really do wonder, like Simonovic, Dosunmu, DeMar DeRozan, Lonzo Ball, Caruso. He's going to say Caruso. You know he's going to. Ryan Daly showing us something. Yeah, I saw that the line from Vegas was like very disrespectful towards the Bulls. I would absolutely put some money down on that. For Marco, I could hear like watch out below Marco when he goes up for one of those big dunks. Bro, Ryan Daly. All right. Way to finish out the quarter. As we go to the fourth with the Bulls and a 3-point lead. Yeah, Marco Polo for sure. Easily. That's a good one, Alba. Yeah, Ryan Daly's game is not athleticism. I'll give you that much. Definitely gonna hear some Marco Polo. The Chirac Mac for Io. I feel like Stacy would avoid Chirac. But there's a pun to be made there with like Chicago and Io. There's something there. Marco Polo. Yeah, I could see Stacy started kicking off the Marco and letting Adam finish it off. That'd be fun. Yeah, bro, we gotta get ready for opening night. I gotta book my hotel for 2 weeks from now. I still haven't done that. I need to do that. I've been slacking on that. Why is Jordan over Curry of all-time greats? Curry actually play competition instead of a local community team. Curry has changed the game in so many ways than Jor Plummer did. Without Curry, basketball wouldn't be where it is today. If you disagree, then you are just casual. I'm only reading that because you used a bit to say it. So, starting off the third, no Io, no Marco. They'll obviously they'll finish the game out. Man, they're really just not giving Troy Baxter Jr. many opportunities here. Zach LaVine, #1 all time. If Zach LaVine's not your GOAT, then you're a casual. Hey, thank you for the follow. I don't think we know anything about opening night quite yet. Yeah, bro, I like Ethan Thompson. What's up, Jeffrey? If Patrick Williams is not your #1 all-time player, then you're a casual or you hate florists. Flower Boy P. All right, we got to finish this game strong. I need a dub tonight. Cat's playing with my shoes. Will Rocco be back next year? What's his story? He's I think probably going to enter the draft next season. Oh, Spellman, what are you doing? Oh, and then okay, Spellman made up for it. Never mind. Bad inbounds pass, but got a block, got the ball back. And then Daly for 3, way off. Are they doing Summer League playoffs? I thought they weren't doing that this year. Oh, say hi to my cat. Don't do that. You want to join the stream? All right, guys, we're gonna get some buckets here. Championship game on Tuesday, then I am wrong. I have my broadcast muted. Join the super fan club so Io can score 30 tonight. We're getting Io back in the game right now. Bro, Io, he was spitting game to the lady ref. Spellman, bro. Just put your hand up. Oh, that was a nice little dunk right there. That was a good play. I'm really delayed too. ESPN is like a full 2 minutes behind, I think. That's what I'm saying, bro. They put Baxter in and then didn't do anything with him. Like, what's the point? Give the guy an opportunity. Nope, there's Spellman for 3. Can't hit it. What's up, Jerry? How we doing? Hey, thank you, Nathaniel, watching from Ghana. I appreciate that, even though you said the Grizzlies will win. But I do appreciate the nice words. Let's see here. All right, Huhi. All right, I know we are all biased, but if you had to start a team around either Zach LaVine or Devin Booker, who would you pick? Man, for homerism's sake, I'm gonna go Zach LaVine. But you know, that's really tough. That's actually a really, really tough question. Can we revisit it once we see Zach LaVine play with all of his new All-Star teammates? Because I feel like the answer to that question might be solved after we see how he plays this season. You know what I mean? Like we might be able to give you a better answer after this season. But for now, I'm going to go Zach just because I love Zach LaVine. There's Marco again. Nice pass. Nice finish. Are they calling a foul before the shot? I think realistically, like if I were not a Bulls fan, I would say Devin Booker, because he's already shown us what he can do in the playoffs. You know, we still need Zach to show us that because he hasn't had the opportunity yet. But for now, like I said, I'm a Bulls fan. I'm gonna pick my guy. I'm gonna go with my guy. But I could see how non-Bulls fans would have a different answer. My cats are being crazy right now. I think they're all wired. Yeah, so Zach's athleticism probably puts him over the top, honestly. You know, Devin Booker can score from anywhere too, but Zach is one of the most athletic players in all of the NBA. And not to mention that I think he's an underrated defender. I think Zach is a better defender than Devin Booker personally. If you had to replace a player on the Bulls with Benny the Bull. If I had to replace a player with Benny the Bull, who would it be? Right now, one of our current players, Lauri Markkanen. Lauri Markkanen's still a current player, right? Let's see it, Io. Bro, he's so fast. But he turned it over. His handles aren't great all the time. He definitely needs to work on his handles a little bit. You know, Io offensively is still a very raw prospect. Shouldn't forget that. but I do love what I've seen so far tonight. Do you have any sports podcast recommendations? There is the In Our Tourists We Trust podcast, which I do need to do a better job of updating the feed for. But for Chicago Bulls content, like I said, In Our Tourists We Trust, Bulls 101, those guys are fantastic. Obviously, Bulls Talk, the NBC Sports Chicago Bulls Talk, they're great. The Bulls on Tap guys have a great podcast that I've been a part of. Definitely go check them out. There's so many good ones, but yeah, like I said, In Our Tourists We Trust, a little biased, but that one's really good. Bulls 101, Bulls on Tap, and Bulls Talk. And if you don't remember any of them and you need me to tell you again, you should DM me on Twitter and I'll tell you again. And I'll at them for you so you can find them easy. Little biased, but yeah, that In Our Tourists We Trust one's pretty good. Do need to update the feed though. But the boys are hooping tonight. Will Markkanen play a game for the Bulls this year? Highly doubt it. I just don't see it, man. I really just don't see it. What's up, 88 Keys? What it do? Who's a better player, Ja Morant or Zion? You know, tough question because they play different positions. You know, I'm going to go Ja Morant for now. But I think long-term Zion has more potential. But I love Ja Morant, bro. I'm a huge Ja Morant fan. Why isn't AK trading Lauri yet? We could get Marvin Bagley or Millsap. That I think for Millsap, they need to trade Lauri Markkanen away to a team and only get picks back and not get salary back. So I think that's what we're waiting on. They're trying to get the right trade offer. They're holding out. Oh, whoa. What a pass from Ayo to Sunmu. And that was going to be a bucket before the foul. Yo, what a dime. A laser. What about Harry Giles? What about Marvin Bagley? I would rather have Paul Millsap than both of those guys. Yeah, bro, I was a baller. I'm with you. Looking like Tom Brady out there, looking like Justin Fields. Once again, bro, monster in transition. That's what I keep saying. I see Zach LaVine the next T-Mac. Okay. You know what? That's an interesting comparison, Logan. You've made some interesting comparisons tonight. But in terms of athleticism, I see it. I think Zach's a better shooter. But athleticism, yeah, I mean, it's there. T-Mac, you know, he had the injuries. Hopefully don't see that kind of thing with Zach LaVine. But we're coming down to the wire here, guys. We definitely need to shore up on defense here and tighten up. Need to stop turning the ball over too. Lonzo's gonna be nice, baby. Yeah, we are going cold offensively. Is that a good or bad comparison? Good, absolutely. T-Mac's a legend. What's the score? Memphis is up 85-81 with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We're coming down to the wire here, like I said. And it's time to clamp up. Yeah, 85-81. Box score's up on the screen. Wait, why? Yeah. The box score's right here, man. I'm on commercial. I can't tell you who's on the floor, but I will when we get back. But yeah, I would love to see Io with... Excuse me. I'd love to see Io with the stars, man. Get Io out there. Give him some opportunities to play with like actual NBA talent. Yeah, Blake, great point. The win isn't what matters here tonight. We've seen some really good stuff from Io Dosunmu and Marko Simonovic. We've seen really good passes. We've seen some nice scoring, but really nice defense from Io Dosunmu. So definitely a lot to be excited about. The win isn't what matters the most. It's seeing these bright spots in these younger guys. There you go, Dosunmu. Nice little floater off the pick and roll. How has Marko played? Marko's been really good offensively. He's made some really nice passes. He's played with a lot of confidence. Very smart player. Just, you know, the physical side of things is still a challenge for him, especially defensively. But I've really liked Marko tonight. Yeah, bro, we're not throwing away second round picks anymore. We're getting actual talent out of our second round picks. More pick and roll from Dosunmu and Marko. Didn't hit that time, but still like the action there. Defense, not the best here in the fourth so far. Nice pass to Marko. Can't get the shot, but I like the confidence. Trying that little hook shot. Marko with a rebound, running in transition. Marko's quick, gets it to Dosunmu, up court, and turn the ball. Okay, keeping the ball. That was Tyler Bay. Tyler Bay just lackadaisical getting back in transition, but he's a guy I like. Just haven't seen a whole lot from quite yet. How long to go? My feed is at 2 minutes 42. But I'm sure you guys are probably ahead of me. Ooh. Not a good offensive sequence there. Jalen Adams having kind of a rough game for him. Haven't seen a whole lot. I would have preferred Ethan Thompson starting, but what do I know? Bulls aren't losing by 12. They're losing by 9 from what I see. No. How delayed am I? Does Io have any steals? Yeah, he has at least one. It might be more than that. One that I can remember off the top of my head. Dude, Jalen Adams, what are you doing? Okay, we brought in Simi Shitu for some defense. It isn't helping. Jalen Adams sold with a horrible pass. But the win or the loss here isn't the most important thing, guys. We're looking for progress from Io Dosunmu and Marko Simonovic, and I think we've seen it so far tonight. I love seeing Io handling the ball and becoming more of a facilitator, which we've seen in transition, and we've seen from Marko Simonovic being able to pass the ball as well. So I really enjoy seeing that progression in their games. And that's what we were looking for tonight. Unfortunately, not much else. It wasn't much, or there wasn't much to say for the rest of the guys. Just Marko and Io tonight. Yeah, Memphis had a nice little comeback. Give them credit for that. But, you know, we just could not get a bucket and could not clamp up here in the fourth. NBA has not released the full regular season schedule yet. Not sure when that will be. You know, Marko, we've talked about it, but Marko's strength, it's going to come with time. You know, that's not something you can expect from this guy coming from the Adriatic League immediately to the NBA is going to have, you know, that's something he's going to have to develop. But you like to see the tendencies. You like to see the aggressive mindset. Those are things that, you know, some players just never develop. You know, physically you can be totally there, but if you don't have the mindset and the tendencies, you know, those are things that people sometimes don't ever develop. So having those to start off with, you can get stronger, you can get on an NBA diet, you can bulk up. You know, those are things that come with time. I was in Vegas last week, and while I was still sleeping, my parents got sat next to Bam Adebayo at a buffet and had no idea who he was. I'm sure they would notice that this giant man is sitting next to them, though, right? Like, he would have to stand out a little bit because of just how big he is compared to the normal person. Yeah, Jeffrey, I love that. He doesn't look intimidated. You know, he's coming into Summer League playing like he belongs. You know, obviously it didn't always go his way, but all of the dunk attempts, you know, attacking the rim, even trying to block shots, you know, just love to see the mindset. This game's not over yet, guys. Nice pass to Jalen Adams from Io, but can't hit it. My cat is chasing her own tail right now. Fun to watch. Ross, what position will Caruso play, and why did P. Will leave? They're just letting Patrick rest. Nothing to be concerned about. They saw what they needed to see from him. No point in risking an injury in Summer League for a guy who's going to be a starter this season. Great downcourt pass from Simi Shitsu to Marko Simonovic. Did not see that coming. Caruso. So I could see Caruso coming off the bench as our bench point guard and eventually letting Kobe White maybe play the 2 guard. But you have the flexibility there because they both have experience as combo guards. You know, we've already talked about Kobe White, who was our starting point guard last season. But when you look at what Caruso has done in his career, he could play either position. And Caruso is going to be our 6th man. You know, Caruso is going to be a heavy minutes guy. So, Alba, you're behind me. Marko didn't make the free throw. And the Grizzlies are just kind of trying to dribble it out here. Trying to put us out of our misery. Sorry to be a spoiler. This dude keeps spamming this weird link. I'm just going to report you. Bye-bye. I was listening into the Twitter thing last night. Yeah, spaces are fun. Myself and my good friend Buzz from at Bulls on Tap, we did a little Twitter space last night. love talking sports with him, love talking sports on Twitter with everyone. That felt like a breeze. It went on for over an hour, and it felt like it was 15 minutes. Oh, Alba, yeah, you joined for the Bears talk. We ended up talking Bulls way longer after that, but we did start out talking about the Bears Summer League game because, you know, we're full Chicago sports guys. But yeah, we started off talking about the Bears. Yeah, it was a little late, but it was a good time, man. Yeah, basketball's positionless, man. Like, Patrick Williams is not your traditional what you think of from a power forward necessarily, but he can play the four. Man, we're getting a lot of spammers tonight. Do we play another game? Yeah, we play another game tomorrow night at the same time. Yeah, a bit of a tweener, but with the skill set of Nikola Vucevic, I feel like Patrick Williams is a great fit next to him. So don't sleep on the fit that Patrick Williams provides, having a stretch five like Nikola Vucevic, who's also, you know, we've talked about this too on defense. Nikola Vucevic is not a great defender and not a great rim protector necessarily, but the kind of drop coverage that the Bulls want to run, having a good point of attack defender like Patrick Williams or Troy Brown Jr. or Alex Caruso makes Vucevic's life so much easier, and gives them the flexibility to defend multiple positions in the lane. So might get burned sometimes on pick and rolls, but definitely the kind of player that Vucevic should be playing next to. Like last season, Vucevic was playing next to Tice and Thad Young. Those guys were not the right fit for what Vucevic is able to do. Specifically, I want to mention defensively. You know, Patrick Williams is going to, like I said, make his life so much easier because of that versatility, and because of his switch ability. So definitely something to be excited about. Man, my streams must be really popular to get spammers. That means we're really blowing up here. Hey, thank you for the follow. Right. Who he mentioned the Ringer video. It's just Patrick Williams has that versatility and that length to be able to make. Hang on, Ethan Thompson can't hit. That's gonna be your game. Yeah, on YouTube we got spammers. Play the Hornets tomorrow, right? But yeah, not a bad night from our boys. Honestly, think that what I saw from Ayo Dosunmu makes me really excited. I mean, you guys know I'm a huge Patrick Williams stan, but just the kind of fit that he has, being that kind of length. Yeah, it's the same dude on multiple accounts. He keeps making new accounts. It's really annoying. That's okay. It was a nice defensive play from Jerome Robinson, but can't get the ball. And yeah, no chance in this one, unfortunately. This game is over. But like I said, a lot of things I liked, a lot of things to be excited about. Definitely should be a interesting preseason. But that is your final from Vegas. You see the Bulls drop to the Grizzlies 96-91. And I guess we can now rename this stream Postgame. And this is officially the post-game stream. We have transitioned. But yeah, man, it still saw some nice things from the young guys. Really enjoy watching Iota Sunmu and Marko Simonovic try to develop their offensive games. You know, Marco's not going to be a defender anytime soon, but definitely liked what we saw from him offensively. So definitely a good night, I would say. Not too concerned getting the loss. Io ended up with a line of 26, 7, and 3, which is great from the point guard position. Marco ended up with 14, 6, and 6. So really nice lines from both of them. And Marco was plus 12. So yeah, really enjoyed watching them tonight. Yeah, Io's fun to watch, man. Io's the next Jordan. Sorry, just writing up a little post-game thing. If we can't get Millsap, who would you want on our team? Noah Vonleh is the other name that I keep seeing pop up. I would really like to see if we could execute a trade for maybe a guy like Jared Vanderbilt. Naz Reid was a name we had talked about. Hey man, listen, if the Mavs really want Lauri Markkanen, Dorian Finney-Smith, Maxi Kleber, either of those guys would be ecstatic about. So I mean, I feel like free agency wise, it's not a lot of guys left out there. You know, it's going to be a guy either in another sign and trade like Josh Hart, or you know, you're trading for Lauri Markkanen. With a guy like Dorian Finney-Smith or Maxi Kleber. Maxi Kleber. You need a quiet keyboard. I love my clanky keyboard, bro. I love it. Yeah, my cat loves to sit on the PS4. I don't understand why. Did she turn it on? I don't know. But she loves to sit on the PS4. That's like her favorite spot to sit in this entire apartment is the PS4. And she turns it on all the time. Well, guys, this was a lot of fun doing a live stream during the game. Any other questions that you guys might have for me before we get out of here tonight? It's pretty late, I know, for you guys over there in Chicago. Especially for you, Alba, in Michigan. It's real late. But how do you guys feel? $1 a.m. in Brazil. Damn. Shout out to the Brazilian viewers. Oh, that's my guy who wants me to come to Brazil. I'm just, yeah, you know, Cam, I'm with you, bro. I'm excited for the season. I'm ready to get there, you know? I'm ready to get to the season already. It's been a lot of fun going over these moves. It's been a lot of fun projecting and predicting what's going to happen this season. But yeah, I'm at the point now where I'm just like, I'm ready to watch some actual basketball. Well, I think that'll about do it, guys. I mean, this has been a really fun time, like I said, streaming live with the game. But I think now's as good a time as any to call it an end here after 2 hours. But thank you guys again for joining the live stream. Another great stream tonight. This has been a really fun time. Bulls didn't get the dub, but a lot to love. And we'll be back tomorrow night. Let's do this again. Same time, same place. We're going to have another live stream tomorrow night, another game. Should be a lot of fun. So I'll talk to you guys then. For now, if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. We got the super fan club, exclusive early access content, badges, emojis, really cool stuff. A couple super fan club members in chat tonight, and I greatly appreciate you guys for showing the support. It's only $4.99 a month, and it helps me out a lot. So yeah, that's my OnlyFans. But thank you guys.